It took Joshuatree 58 years to become a national park. For 500 years, people have been living in the regional that now makes up the park. However, it was with the establishment of roads and the mining in the 1920s that the fragile landscape began to feel the pain of the human habitat. I'm Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. If you are new from our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my travel experience video. Enjoy watching. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Joshuatree National Park is the vast protected area in Southern California. It's characterized by the rock formation and stark desert landscape. Named for the region twisted Bristol Joshua tree, the park straddles the cactus-dotted Colorado Desert and the Mojave Desert, which is the higher and cooler. Keys view look out over the Coahuila Valley. Hiking trails wave through the boulders of the hidden valley. Joshuatree National Park covers 1,235 square miles and it is the second largest national park in California. After the Death Valley, what we as a visitor see is only about 15% of the park area. The remaining 85% is managed as wilderness, while there are some backcountry trails that go into that wilderness. The landscape and climate are pretty forbidding and it takes a pretty hardly hikers to handle it. So those lands remains very untouched. The local kahuila refers to the trees as Hunova Chia or Humbichawa, but more recent legend has it that when Mormons immigrants made their way across the Colorado River, they named the tree after the biblical Joshua. They saw the outreached arm of the trees and a vision of supplication guiding the westward bound pioneers, just a biblical Joshua helped leads the explorations of Canaan. The northern part of the park includes southern boundary of the Mojave Desert, which also encompasses Death Valley National Park and the Las Vegas. This area is where you can find the namesake Joshua Tree. The cactus garden is full of teddy bear Shuya cactus. These fuzzy-looking cactus also have the nickname jumping cactus, since if you brush against them, parts of the cactus will break off and get embedded in your skin or clothes. There is even a first aid kit chained to a post near the entrance, since so many people accidentally get a cactus spines stuck in them. There are also lots of other desert plants in the cactus garden, but there are just so many teddy bears cacti that it's not hard to say anything else. The Shuya cactus is one of these outcasts. If you could ask the desert wood rat or the cactus wren how they value the Shuya, undoubtedly, they would have the eye-opening perspective to share. Do you see a changes of landscape occurring here? Perhaps not. The change is suitable. Whether you have traveled the road from the north or the south, you are now within the transition zone where the two deserts meets, the Mojave and the Colorado Desert. If you're an experienced rock climber, Joshuatree is the paradise. If you're a new climbing, you can sign up on their beginning-friendly group rock climbing lessons. But rock climbing doesn't have to be a hardcore activities with ropes, harnesses, and the dangling over the abyss. There are lots of short rocks scrambles in the park that you can just walk up on your own. Many of the rocks are arranged and easy stair steps that makes climbing easy, even of those who don't like the heights. Just remember that it's way easier to climb up than to climb down. So choose your routes carefully and don't take on any unnecessary risk. A tendency to view the earth as unchanging static, but bare engraved upon the face of the mountains is the story of change. The dark mountain rocks is the pinto gneiss, the lighter color is granite. Munso granite, the granite crystallized from the magma deep within the earth. It pours its way into gneiss 85 million years ago. The granite over a million years broke through the surface of the ground by mountaineering lifting, underground chemical weathering, and finally surface erosion now exposed the granite reveals of the geologic story. The weather in Joshuatree National Park, in spring and fall, the average temperature is 40 to 90 Fahrenheit. Summer temperatures are usually 65 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Winter temperatures are the lowest at 30 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep in mind that the desert is generally warm during the day and much cooler at the night. In general, it is the pretty dry place within the little rain, but April, May, and June are the driest months. This is the Joshuatree is actually a yucca plant and is in the same subgroup that includes flowering grasses and orchids. It grows primarily in the Mojave Desert, which include Joshuatree National Park, but you can also sometimes find them in the Sororan Desert, hanging out with the saguaro cactus. They are slow mover, growing just 1 to 3 inches per year based upon the growth rate. Some researchers think that the average lifespan on the Joshuatree is 150 years. The best time to visit Joshua National Park, the high season is September to May when temperatures are cooler. Spring and fall are the most popular. If possible, time your visit to avoid weekends and holidays to avoid crowds. skull rocks. It began long ago when raindrops accumulated in the tiny depressions and started to erode the granite. As more rocks eroded, more water accumulated, leading to the more erosions until, as time passed, two hollowed out eye sockets formed and the rocks began to resemble a skull. Earthquakes stress and crack the rocks. Mountain uplifting move the rocks closer to the Earth's surface. Groundwatering speed into the cracks, rounding and shaping the rocks blocks. Further uplifting and erosion expose the rocks above ground. Once exposed, withering and erosions continue the sculpting and breakdown of the granite, making the rocks inviting and challenging to area rocks climb. If you've watched a Western film or been on the Thunder Mountain Railroad rides at Disney, you're familiar with the cartoonish landscape of peeled ground rocks. Well, it turns out it doesn't just exist in fictions. At Joshuatree, this landscape is real. The park is covered in unique jumbles of rocks. Some of them are famous enough to have their own names and are tourist attractions. Besides checking out the Joshua trees, going for a hike is one of the most to-do things in Joshuatree. There are tons of options for hiking, from short nature walks to long treks, so there is something to suit every fitness level. How many days you should spend in Joshuatree National Park? If you just want to drive around and see a few sights, you can spend just one day in Joshuatree National Park. However, to really seek the park, I recommend at least 2 days and add another days or two if you want to go on any longer hike. I'm Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Thank you for the love and support to my channel. Feel free to leave your comments about what did you saw or any feedbacks that will help my channel to improve in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel experience video. Stay safe and take care.